honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So today we'll be talking about go-to-market strategy. That's this week. Go-to-market strategy, growth, that's product growth and product analytics. But what we will be talking about today will just be go-to-market strategy. I can't really talk for like a very long period. I did a surgery on Saturday, so I am still healing.
So
Um,
sorry, ma.
thank
So
you.
sorry, ma. Please take care of yourself. Oh.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
taking
much.
rest. So
Thank you. So this are our table of content. Like I said, go-to-market strategy, which is what is a go-to-market strategy, how to create a comprehensive go-to strategy plan, then identifying target market, value propositions, and key marketing channels, collaborations with marketing, sales, and customer success team. Since we are not going to talk about the remaining two subtopics, I think I should just go into what we have. So, have anybody heard the word go-to market strategy? You can just react to that emoji. Have you heard the word go-to market strategy? Okay, okay. Um, so what's a go-to market strategy? I said it is a structured action plan that defines how a company will introduce, market, and sell a product to a target audience. It ensures that your product reaches the right customers and through the right channel and at the right time. So another way I like to see go-to market strategy, because a lot of people think that, oh, product managers are doing marketing work. No, you're not doing marketing work. But in as much as you have built a successful product, you also have to sell the product right. So you have to collaborate with marketers to launch your product. So why do a product manager need to get involved in a go-to market strategy? We have to get involved in a go-to-market strategy because we are the one that converted this whole idea, like this paper idea work, to a software product, right? So we understand the product deeply. So we will now communicate it to these marketers because they did not go through the development phase. They don't know what the product is about. So we have to explain to them what that product is about, who we have to sell it to, and all of that. You know, the marketers, they don't get involved from the building phase. It is just the product managers and the developers that are involved in the building phase. You know that, right? So don't think that, oh, you are finished building a product as a product manager, then you will just sit just like that and expect the marketers to sell your product. It does not work like that. You have to come up with how they should sell it. Who do they want to sell it to? How do they want to sell it? It's not like you are doing a marketer's job. You get, you're not doing a marketer's job. You are just coming up with like a action plan, because in as much as marketers know how to do their thing for people to buy that product. They don't understand the product. You are the one that will communicate what that product does, so that they will now do their thing that they usually do to sell a product. So yeah, I said a go-to-market strategy helps to minimize risks associated with new product launches, align team across products, marketing, sales, and customer success, optimize customer acquisitions and revenue growth, because now you are looking for new users to join your product, to use your product. So you need to come up with a go-to-market strategy that, oh, this product that we want to release, oh, how do we want it to reach our users? Where do we want them to meet our products? So you have to discuss these things with marketers so that you can properly get customers that would use it and then pay you money for it. And then a go-to-market strategy will also help you define a clear competitive positioning in the market. Because whatever products you are releasing right now, there's somebody doing something similar to what you are doing. It's not like you. There's somebody doing something similar to what you are doing. So you will not just want to go and copy everything that they are doing. You want to come up with with a plan that will be different from what you are doing. Do you get? So what are the key components of a go-to marketing strategy? I said a strong go-to-market strategy consists of 8 core elements, which is you want to identify your target markets and your customer segmentation. So part of the things we'll be discussing in this week 6, I would we'll discuss in depth of what a target market is. But let me just briefly explain what a target market is. So it's more like a group of people you want to sell your product to. Do you understand? And then a customer segmentations, they're also like sorry, hold on. Oh. These people have increased the volume. Sorry, you had to go and beg them to reduce the volume. Um, yeah, I went to talk to them. I'm very sorry. Okay, so yeah, I said they are key components of the key components of a go-to-market strategy. So I said there are 8 core elements of it. Firstly, you want to identify your target market and customer segmentation. So I would not want to go in depth on defining the market and customer segmentation, because in the future slides, because I'm going to talk about it like in depth. So when we get to that part, you really understand. But a summary of it is what a target market and customer segmentation does. It's just like a group of people you want to sell your product to. Then defining the value proposition. I don't know if anybody has heard the word value proposition before. Has anybody heard the word value proposition? Or whatever, or the organization you work in, I'm sure you have somebody that is doing something similar to what you are doing. Okay, I'm sure you have something similar. Yeah, it's your network. I'm sure you have your whatever product you're currently working on. I'm sure there's something similar that other organizations are doing, right? So there's something that differentiates your product and their products, which is how you communicate your value. You see Uber and Bolt, they do something, they do exactly the same thing, right? But their value propositions are different, and that's what makes them stand out. And it's that your value proposition that makes people buy what you are doing. So I can remember when I was working in that edtech company, uh, they launched that product without a value proposition. So we're noticing that we're getting a lot of users. Then after some time, these users will drop off. They will not use the product and all of that. And one day my CEO was talking to me and was like complaining bitterly about the whole thing. And then I now asked him, so what made us stand out from other products? Because people are already doing this thing. We just came up and did something different. But we have to communicate that thing that makes us different from other people. If we cannot properly communicate that to our users, then we cannot really get those users on board. And then I realized that there was no proper value proposition. So what we had to do was we had to now define our value proposition. Um, there's also an in-depth explanation of how to create a value proposition. So I will not even want to start explaining how we do that, but I'm sure that from this explanation you understand what it is. Then the third core element for a go-to-market strategy is market research and competitive analysis. You see that as a product manager, you cannot even do without research. You have to consistently make research, right? You're not just making research about your users, you're also doing market research. When I mean market research, that means things that concerns that product. For example, now if both want to do market research now, they're they're making research about car hailing service as a whole. They're not just targeting it to their users, but the entire car hailing service, because that's a particular market on its own, right? So you have to do what? So market research and competitive analysis are one of the core elements of a go-to-market strategy. Then we have pricing and revenue model. Actually, even define all of this. So, for pricing and revenue model, of course, you want to know how much um, you want to sell your service to your users. Okay, hope you don't think, like I'm still saying, hope you don't think that product managers will just build product that you guys now. No, that's why it's also important to have a bit of business knowledge too. It's very important. I don't know if you guys, when Palumi was taking your intro, there's this product management cycle that people use to always explain what product manager does, where they say PM is in the middle of UI UX, technical, and business. So this is where the business part comes in. You have to come up with, you and your marketers now, you have to come up with what price they would have to sell the product. So let me give you an instance of how this works. So at the organization where I'm currently working, we're currently working on a go-to-market strategy. So it's not like I go there and I tell them that, oh, this is the price we should sell this thing. That's not what I do, because I don't know how to do all this evaluation, right? So we have people in our business team that they will help us to evaluate the costs of something. So the way the product is, let's say for example, is a car hailing service now, right? So what it does now is this very car is going to consider the cost of the car, the fuel that the person will use, the maintenance, what other thing they do for, what does car owner do, the maintenance of it, and yeah. So it's going to calculate all of those things. Then in kilometers per kilometer, do you get? So whatever breakdown that business thing does now, my own is to make sure that I know the impact on the organization. That as a product manager, I need to know what is the impact and what's the cost for us, and how are we going to get the profits as an organization. I'm not the one doing the whole breakdown and all of that. No, I will just make sure that I am following through whatever those business people are doing and explaining how the product works. Do you get? So another core element of a go-to-market strategy is this revenue model. Also, it's about, or if you want to decide if it's like you want a premium, or a free package, or a direct sales, you have to decide that with the marketers, or let me say the business team. So another core element of a go-to-market strategy is distribution and sales strategy. So how do you want to sell your product? Do you want to sell it through a website? Do you want to sell it physically? Do you want to sell it wholesale? Do you want to sell it in a retail way? You also have to decide that with the marketer. The marketing and demand generation strategy. How do you want to market your product? Do you want people to go to the markets and be saying, come and buy our product? Or you want to do ads to make people know about the product? You also have to decide that with what the marketing thing. And then another core element is customer support and retention strategy. Of course, as a product manager, you will not be the one that will be talking to all the 1,001 or 5,000 users that are using your platform. You have to communicate with the marketers, and then the marketers, you also have like a customer support, right, that would handle every customer's request. And then they will also come to tell you, oh, this is the problem, this is what these users are talking about. And then you, as a product manager, you can take up all of those requests and take it back to the engineer. So a customer support and retention strategy is very important. You need to make sure that there's a customer support team to help you handle how your customers would report issues. Do you get? Because it's not everybody that will send WhatsApp messages. Some people prefer to call, to make calls like right away. No, some people don't have patience to be waiting for one customer support to respond to their message. Some people want to just call directly. So another go-to-market strategy is you be tracking key metrics and optimizations. Yeah. So in as much as you are setting up all of these plans to launch your products, you want to know if you are progressing or not, right? So you want to make sure that you define some certain key metrics like customer acquisition, customer lifetime value, all of these things. It's actually a more detailed one, Seth. So every go-to-market strategy is unique depending on the product and market, but each should answer the following questions. The first question is, who are your potential consumers? That means, who are your potential customers? Who are your potential users? No, let me not use the word customers. Let me use the word user. I've already explained what the difference between customer and user is. So let me explain let me use the word users. So who are your potential users? The most important component of a go-to-market strategy is understanding who your potential consumers are. What are their needs, preference, wants, and frustrations, and how your product will meet and solve all of those, their frustrations and their wants. I also did like a detailed thing concerning this because you need to you are producing something for, let's say, the Gen Zs, and then you did not define who your target audience are. That's not good as a product manager. You need to be able to properly define, oh, please, even the Gen Z set. Gen Z is a general word because there are certain people, let me say, is it 18 to 29, I be 25, that this is Gen Z. You need to have like a defined understanding of who your potential consumer are. It could be just between, it could be between let me see, let's say your main potential customers are between 22 and 25, right? You see that we did not carry all the Gen Z along. It's just a particular set of people. And let me even say, inside this 22, 25 set, maybe they are students. If they are any 22 or 25 that are not students, they are not part of your potential consumers. Do you understand? So you need to make sure that you have a proper understanding of who your consumers are, so that you will not just put it out there for everybody and then you'll be wondering, oh, why is this set of people not buying and one set of people is buying? It's because what, they are not properly defined. So another question you also need to ask is, what's the product market fit? You need to define what your product market fit is as an organization. Yes, as an organization. So how are you different from your competition? You must also know who your competitors are, how many they are, and what their go-to market strategies are. This will help you create your own messaging to explain why customers should care about your products. So another thing you need to ask yourself is, what's the market? What's the market like? There are other characteristics you must know about the market to successfully launch a product in it. For example, what's the market size? Is it custom B2B, which is business to business, or business to consumer? What's the pricing range? Of course, you know that the marketing for a B2B organization, a B2B product is different from a B2C product. It's different because for a B2B, you need to the way you would do your marketing and everything, you will not do that to a normal business to consumers. So let me give you an instance. Let's say example of a B2B, B2B, B2B. Can somebody give me an example of a B2B? Or you've not heard the word before? Please, if you can hear me talk, can you give me
Zoom,
an example of a
B2B
Zoom,
means
I
Zoom.
heard of it before.
business to business. Then B2C is business to customer.
yeah, give me an example.
I think the example coming to my head is this Starlink or Starlight? This internet solutions provider that they use satellites. They serve businesses mostly. So I see them as a B2B. I don't, is it Starlink or Starlight? I've forgotten their name. Starlink.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Thank
just
you.
even remember one. So what's it called? Paystack.
Yes,
Paystack
space.
is business to business now, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. My Sunday said Fed EX. And so it's only business to business they do transaction with. Like they send Fed EX is a logistic company now, right? Oh, okay. So it's only business to business that they move their products. Okay. I just learned something today. I never knew. So another question is, how would your product be distributed? Another component of a go-to market strategy is distribution. And you need to be able to answer, how do you want your product to be sold to people? Do you get? You should know what mediums you will use to sell your products. Will you use a website, an app, a third-party distributor, or all the three? Because it's possible for you to use all the three, right? And will it be sold exclusively online or in retail stores? You also need to define this. You need to be able to answer this question when you are coming up with your go-to market strategy. Then when will you launch your products? Is another question you need to ask yourself. The success of any product launch things on timing. If you launch too late, for example, you may enter the market when it is oversaturated. That's why your go-to-market strategy should include a timeline with clear milestone. I totally agree with this because um the organization I work with was supposed to have released our product, but for some reason, honestly, I don't even know. We didn't meet up with the timeline. And then I think like 3 days ago or something, somebody called me from our team and was really complaining about why are we not working, this, that, we're not meeting up with the time and all of that. And then I just realized that I am the one at fault because in as much as I have created this go-to-market strategy, I have also communicated with the marketers. I did, and I also set the dates, but nobody started, and I was supposed to follow up with them, and I did not follow up with them, which was like a mistake from my end. So as a product manager, you need to, in as much as you put those dates, if those marketers, their own, that's why they're collecting their money, they're paying their salary every month. They don't send you. You have to follow up with them and make sure that they're starting exactly by this time that they said they will start. Do you get? So here is an illustration that simplifies what the 6 components of a go-to-market strategy, which is who is your target audience, what is your product or your service, why, which is brand positioning, where, which is target market, how, which is marketing and sales plan, then when, which is timing. So yeah, so this is how to come up with a go-to-market strategy because I know in all of this talk, this is the most important thing we all need to know. So if you want to do a go-to-market strategy, hey, there was this image I was supposed to put here. I didn't put it. Shit. You need to identify your target audience. Some people like to, instead of saying target audience, some people will call it buyer persona. You need to be able to identify who your buyer persona is. That is, who will use your product or your service. That's what a buyer persona is. Some people even call them user personas, right? Who are the people that will buy your product or your service? What are they like? What is their age range? What are the things they like? What is their pain points? Where are they staying? So yeah, I said if you want to consider your buyer personas, you have to consider their demographics. You have to consider their age, their locations, educational level, which could be university students, young professionals, etc. You just have to properly define their demographics. Like this one, I just used this as the listed one. It is more than this. Do you get? But you need to know their actual age. Oh, where are these people staying? What they do, right? You need to be able to consider that. Then their physiographics, which is their interests, the challenges that they have, their lifestyle. So their lifestyle could be budget conscious, they could be tech savvy, they could be productive focused people because you know that all of us are different, right? In this tech thing, there are some people that they are productive focused, like is work morning, afternoon, and night. Why there are some people that if you see them outside, they're always partying and they're still working in this same tech that everybody's doing. So you can see that those set of people, they're doing the same thing, but their personas are very different. So you have to you need to be able to properly define who your own user personas are. Let's say you want to create a software product that what can I say they do? Mm, let's just give an instance that if you stay for let's say 5 hours, right, working, they'll pay you 1,000 naira. Just an instance, they'll pay you 1,000 naira. And then there's another set of tech savvy people that they cannot work for yes, they cannot work straight for 5 hours. So they are always willing and ready to, they can forfeit that 1,000 they are dashing, they don't even care. So these products that you made now, who would it go for? You see that your target audience will be for those people that can do 5 hours straight, right? You not even want to call the attention of those people that cannot do 5 hours straight to work to get 1,000 naira, because they don't like it, they don't enjoy it. Do you get? So you need to understand what your target audience interests are. Then you need to also get their pain points. What problems are they facing? For example, let's say there's a student, is a persona now. Does the person need an affordable car rental, or difficulties finding study material? All of these are pain points. Another pain point could be maybe difficulty going to a restaurant to buy food and they just want delivery to their doorsteps. You need to be able to define your users' pain points, right? And then another thing you also need to consider when defining your target audience is a preferred platform. Let's say, for example, you want to sell online and not physically. You need to be able to know where your target audience are spending their time. Let's say you want to sell a product to a 19 years old person. Where do you think you are going to see that person? Can somebody answer me? Don't sell a product to a 19-year-old person that likes to make up, likes to just do shakara and all of that. Go on.
Instagram,
Instagram. Okay.
TikTok.
Exactly. TikTok is where you meet those kind of people, right? If you want to sell products to all those kind of people, you not can be running ads on Twitter and expect people to buy your products. It's not possible. You would go to where? You will go to TikTok, because that is where your target audience are, right? So if you want to sell, let's say, a course now, you can go to Instagram to sell your course. Maybe you want to sell course to maybe all these young professionals or something. It's not like you will not meet young professionals on TikTok, but you see them more on Instagram than TikTok, right? So you need to be able to define um your user personas, your buyer personas, preferred platform. You need to be able to define all of this. Then, if you want to identify your target audience, ways you can do this is user surveys, Instagram polls, small focus group to gather real feedback before launch. So the way it works for user survey is, imagine that time when you are gathering feedback for your product, right? Of course, some of this feedback or research you did, that's the assignment I gave you guys. Some people would include their age, right, based on the products that are trying to create. They will include age to know, okay, what type of people need these products, right? Another thing you can also do is maybe know their occupations. Do you get? If you think it was students, then you did your user research and you're seeing that, oh, it is young professionals that actually like this idea. Of course, your user personas will have to change. If you think it's a student that will actually do these things, then it will have to change, because you will now see the what is it called, sir? What's the word? You see like a aligned way of um what's this word? You see an aligned way of people. Oh, I really want to say that word. I can't remember the word, but you can see the traces of how it works from their age, the way they walk, good evening, the way they walk, and all of that. You get. So you need to from your survey, you can actually identify your user persona. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, so this is an example of, let's say this is a software as a service productive tool to make people productive. Maybe they are suffering from procrastination. That's the pain point. They're suffering from procrastination, and then people are suffering from procrastination. Then you want to create a productive tool. So this is the age group, 25 to 45. You can see that this age group are people that often suffer with what procrastination, that needs to be productive all the time. You cannot go and be giving a 19 to 20 years old person a productive tool. They will not even send you. They will not even look at you, because those ones are just all about enjoying the moment, having fun, and all of that. But of course, maybe in 10 of 1 to 10, at least you can see, in a scale of 1 to 10, you can see maybe 2 or like 3 people are that are that are very productive, but the remaining 7, they are not productive at all. Like, they are not productive at all. They are not productive at all. So you can see that this software as a service productive tool, it is targeted between 25 to 45 years old individuals. So what kind of occupation do you think that those people will be doing? Of course, you will notice that they are managers, they could be remote workers and freelancers, because these people want to stay productive at all costs. They don't want procrastinations, right? So if you introduce this productive tool to them, they will thank you, they will love you for it, because that's what they need to be able to do their jobs. Do you get? Then you need to be able to define their pain points. For anybody that is using a productive tool, of course, you will know that they are struggling with tax management and collaboration, right? Sorry, let me talk to people to reduce their voice. Sorry, this is my location. Our transformer is bad, so I had to move out. So you need to they struggle with tax management and collaboration, and then they'll be struggling with what procrastination, right? So what they just want is a easy to use and affordable software. Do you get? An easy to use and affordable software that can make them productive. Do you get? So another thing we can do is to create a value. Another thing we can do is to create a value propositions and messaging. When you are setting your go-to-market strategy, you need to create a strong value propositions and messaging. You know, this value proposition and messages is what can what people can hear, and they can be convinced to use your products. Do you get? So you need to make sure that it is clearly defined on how your product will solve their problem. Like I said, Bolt and Uber has 2 different value proposition, not proposition. Bolt and Uber has 2 different things, in as much as they are doing the same service. Child Deck and Glovo has 2 different value proposition, because how Glovo will solve your problem. I know we as the users will look at it like, oh, it's the same thing, right? But them as an organization, they're not seeing it like it's the same thing. They're not seeing that they are solving your problem the same way. There's something that just makes them very different and unique. So whatever that thing is that makes them different and unique, they have to be able to give it out to you. Like, they have to be able to state it out to you, the users, so that you're properly convinced to use their products. Then for messaging framework, like I said in really the previous slide, I actually did like a detailed information on how you can also create a value propositions and how you can break it down for what for a product anywhere you find yourself. So, but this is how it will work. A messaging framework of a value proposition can be like this. It will include the problem, the solution that they offer, and the benefits for you as a person. So when I say problem, what challenge does your audience face? Let's say Uber now. The challenge that people face is they find it Lagosians faces they find it difficult to get quick rides to go to work. Then what does your product solve? It could be by providing a a quick service to move to anywhere you want to go to. Then why should they care? That means why should you the users care about the product? You should care about it because um it reduces the stress for you. I'm just giving you an instance, but honestly, there's how they arrange this English that it all boils down to these 3 points: the problem, the solutions, and the benefits for the users. So one thing I want you to do is, if not for anything, if you're in any organization, if you want to create a value proposition, just put it this way. The framework is, what is the problem you are solving? What solution do you offer? And then what is the benefit to them? So yeah, I said example for a car rental app for students. So what's the problem? Students struggle with affordable and reliable transportation. That's the problem. What's the solution? Our app will connect students with affordable and verified car rentals. It is not just affordable, but verified car rentals. You can see that is their solution, right? And then what is the benefits? Why should they even use your product? What is the benefit of using the product? This example say it will save you time and money with a student friendly pricing and a hassle-free booking system. So just imagine um you just go state this your value proposition to a student that is struggling to get an affordable and a reliable transportation. Just imagine you just go state this your value proposition to them. What do you think will happen? Of course, the students will hop on it, right? The students will want to use your product because you are literally solving their problem, and then it is benefiting them. Then another way if you want to also create your go-to-market strategy, you also have to research your competitors. What are your competitors doing? Who is offering something similar, right? You need to see, or you need to be able to analyze the pricing, the marketing, the strategies, and user feedback. You need to be able to look into all of these things that your competitors are doing already, right? So that you can also do something better for yourself. I don't know if anybody has done this, but I like to reach app reviews, especially app that are related to the things that the products that I work with. Because when I read those reviews, I make sure that such mistake will not happen in my own products. You get, so I don't even my users don't even have to talk about it. I've actually solved the problem for them. You get, so you need to be able to look into competitors analysis. You need to be able to look into competitors. Um, you need to be able to research about your competitors. Then you need to also look into what your users love or hate. And that's what I was saying. Check user and complaints on social media forums and app stores. Exactly what I just said. I like to do that a lot because whatever user hates about my competitors, I make sure that when they come to use our product, they don't even experience that at all. Do you get? Then what can you do differently? What do you have to do differently that maybe your competitors are already doing A? What do you have to do differently that it is going to be B and people would use your own products? So it could be maybe offer a better pricing, a faster service, or a unique feature. Um Piggyvest and Cowrywise, they do something similar, but there's something that differentiates them. Cowrywise has stocks. You can buy stocks on their products, right? But on Piggyvest, you cannot get stock. Instead, you can just do this whole investment thing where you put a particular amount. I think it is real estate or something or agriculture. So you can see that it is a two. There's something that just differentiates them, right? That's like a unique feature. Then for better pricing, let's say the way Bolt and Uber is now, I'm sure that now some people, whenever they want to go on a trip, embark on a trip, especially Lagosians or people that stay in Abuja, they would first they have like five different car hailing service. I don't know if you guys do that, but I know a friend that has up to that. She has InDrive, she has Rider, she has Bolt, she has Uber. If my friend wants to go to somewhere, she would first check the price of this location on all of those apps. Then the one with the cheaper price is the one she's going to use. Do you get? So the one that she ended up using, why did she use that? Because they were offering what a better pricing. I'm not saying that you should go and reduce your price such that you will now be losing. You will now be losing at the end of the day. Sorry, hold on. Almost not still it's happening. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So another actionable tips you can use to research about your competitors is you can use Google, you can use social media, you can use review sites, which is G2, Trust Pilot, or Reddit to gather what competitive insights. And there's this other one, is it Quora? Is it Cura or something that you can just ask Google one question like this, and you see people already giving responses and feedback. So you can also use that to get what reviews and analyze your competitors. Then, if you also want to create your go-to-market strategy, if you want to build your go-to-market strategy, you need to set your pricing strategy. Choose a strategy that makes sense. So how do you want your pricing to be? Do you want a freemium model where some features are free? People can use it free. Then maybe they want certain things, they will now pay for a premium package. You need to be able to set that. Or you don't even want to use this premium and premium model. There are products like that, like Uber now, there's nothing like premium and free package. As you're ordering it right, they're paying for it. You just have to decide what strategy you want to use. There's a penetration pricing where low into introduction price, you would use like very low introduction price to attract users, then increase later. That's what a lot of software companies are really doing these days. If they want to, like all this right InDrive and all of that, when they were coming into the market, they were giving like 50% discounts, right? Of course, you'll be wondering, if they give 50% discount, how are they now paying this driver? They're paying the driver, the InDrive team are paying the driver from their own money. They just want you to come. So after some time, they've been able to get some particular numbers of people. Then they will now increase the money later. That's why a lot of people will not tell you that InDrive was cheap before now. Why is it expensive now? They cannot be doing charity organization. They have to increase their money so that they can also make money, because they just use that one to lure you guys to come use their products. So that's you have to choose a strategy that makes sense for your products. That's what penetration pricing is all about. And there's something called competitive pricing, which is price that is very similar to your competitors, but you will add extra value, e.g. discount student price. So let's say, for example, on Bolt now it is 5,000 naira, and then on Uber it is let's say 4,000 naira. You can see, let's say for example, this Uber is a new product, right? So Uber will now compare, oh, what is Bolt doing already. I'm just giving you an instance. Let's assume Uber is a new product and Bolt is the existing product. So Uber coming to the market, of course, they will look into both pricing, right, to see what they are doing. And then they would now do something similar. And then they could just pick like a segment of people, maybe their preferred target audience, and say, oh, for students, oh, you are giving them these discounts so that they can use their products. Then what are the actionable tips? What are the things you can do if you want to set your pricing strategy? Like I said, you can offer early bird discounts or referral bonuses to attract first users. Yes, referral is another way to get users to use your product. That's why some people, when Piggyvest first came out, they were dashing people 1,000 naira. But I don't know if you notice now, Piggyvest don't give anybody any 1,000 naira. You just see the listing there, they'll tell you refer and earn 1,000 naira. If you click on it, it will not work because they've gotten what? They've gotten users already, they've gotten the customers already. So they did not send all of us again. So if you want to also build your go-to-market strategy, you need to choose distribution and sales strategy. So the objective is this: you need to identify how your products will reach the customers in as much as there's a marketing team. I'm sure that all of us understand the difference between marketing and sales team. Honestly, for me, so when I started this whole product management thing, that I knew the difference. I thought that they were the same thing. So is there anybody here that don't understand the difference between marketing and sales? If you don't, I will explain, because even me, I didn't know it when I was, yeah. Mary, you don't know it, Abby?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because even me, I did not know that there's a difference. I thought they were the same thing. So marketers are people that will tell people about your products. Their own is just tell them that, oh, this is what we are doing. Oh, the way they would say the thing to you, even you will not realize that, oh, this thing is beneficial, is of good benefits to me. Why sales team? They're the one that will make sure that they are bringing your money out of your pockets to buy that product. So, but of course, this is Nigeria. Marketers are salespersons, and salespersons are marketers. But in a well proper structured organization, I'm sure they will have a sales team different and a market team different. Like let's say for especially for physical products, let me say Coca-Cola now, for example. The the people that is selling the product is different from the people that is marketing it. So the marketers could be the one that is running the ads. The marketers could be the ones that are running the ads. Sorry, please, running the ads, and then the sales are the ones that are going to all of those, let me say, retail stores to sell the mineral to them to buy. Do you get? So you have to choose your distributions and sales strategy. That's why I said the objective of this very step is to identify how your product will reach the customers. Do you want to do a direct sales? I also did like a detailed explanation of this. Do you want to do a direct sales? Or you want to do an online marketplace like Amazon? Or you want to do retail distribution? We also need to define that, how your products will do what will reach your customers. Then a key action step to do when you are doing your sales is the sales funnel, where there's an awareness stage, there's an interest stage, there's a decision stage, and there's an action stage. So you see this awareness stage here, right? That's where marketers usually come to take place, like because they're making people know about their products. Then this action place, this is how I like to define it actually. Then this action place is where um this decision and action place is where sales come in, because the way a salesperson will talk to you, based on how these marketers have made you aware of it, A salesperson cannot come again to ginger you that you will now buy the product. So you have taken action by paying your money to them. Then you need to develop a partner strategy. So these partner strategies could be maybe you want to have a distributor or you want to affiliate with somebody. Maybe you're the one that owns the product or somebody is selling the product for you. Then the next step is to build a simple marketing plan. So your marketing plan now, exactly, you can see that just like I've said, the content marketing now, it's going to be TikTok, it will be Instagram Reels, it's going to be YouTube Shorts, all for awareness. This is where marketers come to play, just to make people aware of your product, right? You can do it on TikTok, you can run ads, you can run ads on Instagram, you can do SEO and blogging. I'm sure that, I don't know, but for me, I've seen it most times on my email where I get this interesting blog that I would read about a particular. They will not even go. The way the marketer will do it, they will not go directly to the point of, oh, I have this product to sell. They can give you one sweet story that at the end, what they're just telling you to do is they have this product that you should come and buy, right? So that's the thing with marketers. They will sweet it for, like, they'll make it so sweet and interesting and make you feel like if you use this product, they've solved all your pain points. You get. So I'm just giving an instance of how a blogging work. So target research queries relevant to students. This is an example. So let's say you want to focus on just students alone so that they can get what this affordable car renters. So of course, whatever blog you are sending, it should be targeted to them. Like, create a storyline that when a student reads it, they want to use your product. Then another simple marketing plan is referral and word of mouth. Yeah, you need to encourage existing users to invite friends with discounts, and that's why we are giving them money, right? That's why we're giving them money to bring people in. Do you get? So yeah, my background, I'm very sorry for the noise. We have social media and communities, right? So another way to build a marketing plan is through social medias and communities. So you can engage with students, for example, in WhatsApp so that they can use your products. So what's the actionable tip you can do here to create a simple marketing plan? It is to focus on 1 to 2 low costs, then high impact marketing channel, instead of trying to do everything at once. Yes, I don't know if you have noticed this, but I don't know if you've noticed it, but some let me just use content creators as an instance. These content creators, when coming up, they don't when coming up, they don't just go on all social platforms like that, right? Some people will they'll pick a niche. It could be just TikTok and Instagram, and they'll stay very consistent there until after a particular period of time before they can now move ahead to, let's say, YouTube. Do you get? So you just have to focus on one particular channel. But if of course it's a big organization and you can afford it, you can run all the ads on all social media platforms, then fine, you can market across all channels at once. Then you need to make sure that for whatever go-to-market strategy you have created, you need to set measurable goals and track progress. So what this is about is, of course, you have written down all of these things. You have said, oh, this is how I want to sell the product. This is how I want to market the product. This is our user personas and all of that. But you need to make sure that you are on track. all these things that you said is actually working. And if it is not working, you can go back to the drawing board to fix one or two things and make sure they work. Because whatever products you create, you need to make money from it, right? You need to make money from it. So you want to make sure you are measuring your goals and you are tracking progress. So some of the simple frameworks you can use here, it's KPIs, yeah, numbers of downloads or sign up. Yeah, you just launched this product, right? Of course, you want to see how many people are signing up on your product. You want to see the website traffic or social media engagements. You get. You also want to see the retention rate. Okay, 1,000 people signed up on our app. How many people now? How many people are consistently coming back to use that product? Do you get? That's retention rate. You want to make sure that you look into all of this, right? Just imagine you download an app today and then nobody comes to use your app. Of course, you know that something is wrong. It is that you're not communicating what you are doing properly, or people don't even know about your products, right? And you as a product manager, I would not say you as a product manager has to do this, but if you're in a startup organization, you have to look into all of these analytics, and that's why part of this week's sixth topic, I also included product analytics. I will also explain like deep on how to do that, right? But if you're in a structured organization, like organization that is big, let's say like Microsoft, WhatsApp, and all of that, you as the product manager, you don't have to be checking all of this. It's not like you would not check them, but there's somebody that will bring this reports for you. Like they can show you on their dashboard. It's not you that will be checking 24/7, which is a growth analyst. But of course, you start with a startup idea, you have to wear the hat of a growth analyst too. So you need to make sure that this your products that you launched, people are actually using it, people are downloading it, people are not only signing up, they are also using it such that whatever strategy you created or plan to make money, it is coming in, it is working for your products. Right. So you can also set an objective. Like let's say you launch a product now, you say, oh, for the first 3 months, I want to get 1,000 users. It is very possible. Don't think 1,000 is too quick. It's even too small. If you do your marketing campaign very well and you're able to communicate your value proposition properly to these users, trust me, you can get them. You will not just get them, but they will also use the products and pay you money for it, right? Then let's say you want to get 1,000 users in the first 3 months. Of course, that's your objective, right? I'm giving you an instance now. Then the key result is to get 500 downloads in a month. Maybe 10 student influencers onboarded and 20 referrals. This is just an example. So if you want to be able to measure your goals and track your progress, some the things you have to do is to make sure that your website or your app is linked to Google Analytics, right? So that you can properly look into all of these KPIs. And then you are also looking into your social media insights. How are people interacting with your product? What is the engagement like? And then customer feedback. Of course, whatever feedback your customer gives to you, you want to track it to be sure that, oh, you are fixing the problems that this customer spoke about, right? Or probably iterating. Damn it, my mouth is paining me. So this is a template for a go-to-market strategy template, right? So in all of this talk that I have spoken, if you can get it, once you get a template like this, right, you just list everything out. Some people use templates like this. Some people just use like a Google Doc where you can write, you list out all of your business objectives. Sorry, my screen is touch screen. You can list out all of your business objectives in business objective sections. You define your markets, your target markets. We define your target customers. Your target market, these are a group of people that would use your product. Your target customers, an individual person that would use your product. Then differentiated offerings. What makes you different from your competitor? You also list it here. Then channels. Where do you want to sell your products? TikTok, Instagram app. What channels would you be having? Right. And then your marketing strategies. How do you want your marketing strategies to be? Do you want to go to the market to talk to people to use your product, or you just want to run ads online? List it there. Then what are the key metrics you want to track? How many people were you able to sell 1,000 products in 3 months? Or were you able to get 1,000 sign up in 3 months? Or were you even able to get 5,000 traffic on your landing page, on your website landing page? Do you understand? You would list your key metrics there. And then what are your key success factors? When I mean key success factor, like what is success to you? If you're able to get 1,000 downloads in 3 months, that's success for you. You need to define what success would be like for your product. Do I have any question from anybody?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, what's the difference between the key metrics and the key success factors?
The key metrics and what? Key exactly. I said what
And the key
success
success
look like.
factors.
What success look like to you? That's what key success factor is. Let's say, for example, when you're doing your go-to-market strategy, you said you want to get at least the minimum of 1,000 people, maybe 1,000 download of your app, right? And then you're not getting, let's say, 1,500 downloads in less than in that 3 months, like you exceeded 1,000. Of course, that is key success for you. That's success for you, right? It could be exactly at that 1,000. It could be above 1,000, but that's success for you. Then for key metrics, it's more like if you said you want to get 1,000 download in 3 months, right? So you'll be tracking it every month. It's not like you want to get 1,000 in 1 month. Since I say 3 months, let's say 1,000 divided by 3, let's say 900, for instance. Of course, you want to make sure that in first month you're getting 300 download. If you don't get 300 download in the first month, that's fine. You want to make sure that, in the second month, yeah, we did not get 300, but at least you'll be able to get 600. It is possible because you will know that, you're not doing your awareness properly in the first month. So you want to come into the second month with full energy so that you can meet up your targets. Do you get?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Mary, please go ahead. Mary, your hand is raised.
Sorry, ma, it was a mistake.
Okay. Any other question? So you are saying you understood everything here? Is that what you guys are saying? React to an emoji. So you are